know what I'm saying? Still juggling and shit.
YouTube, how's it going, man? It's your boy K2 Connections back with another banger. And as y'all can tell by the title of this one, we're talking about Russell Wilson and this Denver Broncos team. And man, this is a team that's got me excited. Now I know they did just lose to the Lions. Tough loss as a Broncos fan, but honestly, it does not mean the season's over. And that's here what we're going to talk about is the fact that this team has really beat the odds. Guys, let's think about it. This team was 1-5. They had like less than a 2% chance to make the playoffs. And now, with only 3 games left in the season, they have the opportunity to come here and swoop a playoff spot and possibly even host a playoff game. Now, I know that's a crazy take, but it's possible. And the fact that the Broncos have done this and they started the season 1-5 is just blowing my mind, especially after that Dolphins game. Now, I know it's fucking December, but guys, these ninjas got pooped on. They got 70 yards on their head. Then they were 1-5. But now Russell Wilson has cooked up some fucking baby back ribs. I don't know what he cooked up, but this shit tasting good, and I want some fucking more of it. Alright? Russell Wilson, I know he's a check down merchant, but these deep balls to Courtland Sutton have been off the chains. Holy, Courtland Sutton out here looking like Prime Megatron, going stupid with these one-hand catches. It's an every week thing. This man just been going stupid. Now, his yards haven't been too crazy, I know that, but guys, he started in the NFL for receiving touchdowns with 10. So he has been extremely good as far as scoring touchdowns. Now, his ACL was torn 2 years ago, so his cuts aren't as crazy, so he's not going to be much of a guy after the catch, but his hands, they ain't lose anything after the ACL injuries, I'll tell y'all that much. But for real though, guys, Russell Wilson has really turned around his career with this season. Like, this is a legitimate legacy season for Russell Wilson. And the fact that he actually stepped up to the plate that needed to be stepped up to is beautiful to see as a Broncos fan, and especially as an NFL fan. This has been a guy that's been around the league for a while, and there's really no reason to hate on him. And it's just, he's finally doing what the hell he has to do, and I'm here for it. Now, of course, the Broncos in the NFL are a team. The Broncos are a team in the NFL, which means this is a team sport. So there are other players to shout out for this phenomenal turnaround of a season. And let's take a look at the defense, because that's really why Russell Wilson has been able to cook, is because that defense has given him all them hours in the kitchen to really cook some hot shit up. They said, Russell, you don't gotta cook on Thanksgiving morning. We'll let you cook 2 days before. With the way they're playing defense, they just strapped the fuck up out of Justin Herbert, sent his ass to the IR. He ain't playing football no more because of this Broncos team. Just booming his ass, got him out of there. So Russell Wilson, all this time to look at the recipe book, wow, out here making beautiful dishes. I'm talking baked macaroni touchdowns to this man Courtland Sutton. And then Javonte Williams is even starting to pick it up, guys. Let's not forget. So the defense is really allowing our offensive players to shine. And the best players on this team, and the man that doesn't get enough recognition is Patrick Surtain. He is the best corner in the NFL, and he does not get talked about. Every single week, he is holding top-tier, S-tier receivers to under 10 yards, under 20 yards, 1 catch, 0 catches. Week after week, he's locking up number ones. Keenan Allen was an absolute ghost no-show this week. Last week versus with the 2 weeks ago versus the Chargers. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he did go crazy, but that's because Vance Joseph had to switch to zone coverage because Sam Laporta, they couldn't have him, and they weren't able to run man. They couldn't run man against the Lions because they have Jameson Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Sam Laporta, so they couldn't run man coverage. So that's why they were getting cooked up. Amon-Ra St. Brown did not cook up Patrick Surtain one-on-one. Go back and watch the game if you think so, because if you say that, you're lying. All right. But that's besides the point. Patrick Surtain and then his partner in crime, Jaquan McMillan, have just been absolutely on fire this season. And Jaquan McMillan plays in the slot, so he really can't do much outside. But as a slot guy, he's amazing. He comes in off the edge with blitzes, gets strip sacks, gets sacks, making plays, gets picks, bat downs, all that. He's doing everything you need. And then, of course, we all know the anchor, the veteran on the team, Justin Simmons. I believe he's a top at least 3 safety, top 5 if you want to sit here and be an asshole and hate on him. But every single year, he is performing at this level. And now he's actually starting to get the appreciation he deserves because his team is winning games. But Justin Simmons shows up every single game, and he locks up, he makes some tackles, and he might miss a play or two, but you know what? He's going to get you an interception every single fucking game. And that's why we paid him all that money. Justin Simmons is an absolute dog. Just a big reason why this Broncos team is performing the way they're performing. But now, it's time to answer the question. Are the Denver Broncos a legitimate team, and can they make the playoffs? Well, you look at the next 3 games they have on their season. They play the Patriots Christmas Eve. That's going to be a great one. I hope y'all are having a great holiday season with that being said as well. But the New England Patriots, guys, come on now. Let's not bullshit. Let's not bullshit here and try to say that the Patriots are going to beat the Broncos, because they're not. So let's not be assholes and sit here and try to cap. And it's in Denver. So yeah, that's a wrap. Broncos are now 8-7. Next game, they go up against the Raiders. Now, I know that's a little bit scary because Josh Jacobs just dominates us every single game. But I think Russell Wilson comes in and he takes that game. I think Russell Wilson shows up to the plate and they say, Russ, put your fucking pants on and win this football game for this team. And he's going to do it. Russell Wilson's going to go in there. He's going to win that damn football game for Denver. And you know what? That's 9-7. Bow. Last game of the season, rematch versus the Chargers. Y'all know what's going to happen. Y'all saw what happened the first time? Justin Herbert's not playing the first half anymore. So their backup's going to come into Denver and just get peed on. So now they're 10-7. Bow. They're in the playoffs. And hell, let's even say the Chiefs mess around and lose a couple games. They might even have the first seed. Now they're hosting a playoff game. But either way, they're not. Let's just say the Broncos make the playoffs. Now they're playing realistically the Dolphins. Rematch. What better story is it that the Denver Broncos, who lost by 50 points, who had a record amount of points put up on their defense, come back and they win the fucking game? There's no better story in the game than that story right there, ladies and gentlemen. The Broncos will do that. They're going to come on. They're going to go into the playoffs and they're going to upset. And they're going to make it out. They're going to beat Miami in the playoffs if they play them. But if not, we don't know. That's a different story for a different day. But this Broncos team has a legitimate reason to make the playoffs, a legitimate case, and I think they will make the playoffs. The Broncos are a scary, scary team right now, and they need to be stopped. The Lions found a way to stop them in this zone coverage. Their zone coverage is a little bit scary, but I also think that's because the Lions have so much players on offense, guys. They have David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Javonte Williams, Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, that's 4 weapons right there. So the Broncos need to figure out that situation. When they get deep into the playoffs, you're going to play some teams that have 5+ options. So it's been an interesting season to see. I've been loving every single second of it, and I just can't wait for more of it. But with that being said, that's going to be the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.